Hello, we are Team TAZ Developers. This is Anirudh.
This is Mao Zhihuan.
And we also have Thomas Brogan. First, we're going to share our pitch video so you can get a quick overview of who we are, what our values are, and what our services are.
Software is a magic thing whose importance only goes up over time. This is a quote from Bill Gates, co-founder of Microsoft Corporation. Here at TAZ Developers, we too understand the value of quality software in the real world. Every interactive application or computer game, no matter how big or small, needs an engine or foundation on which to build upon. Our team of developers can engineer a tailor-made framework and development tools for your project with your needs in mind. With experience in systems design, low-level optimization, full-stack development, animation, design, video production, and graphics programming, our tools and libraries enable high-performance, low-overhead rapid application development. So, what are you waiting for? Go to www.tzdevelopers.com to learn more, or email us at info@tzdevelopers.com to hire us today.
Okay, here's more information about us. Our rates are affordable and negotiable. We can learn and adapt to using new technologies, software, and programming languages quickly. We also strive for perfection. We are resilient to overcome adversity. We are respectful to people of all racial backgrounds and genders.
Now I'm going to give you a quick demo of our team website. Alright, so this is our team website. And here is the code for the website. This is the HTML code, and I also have some CSS and JavaScript code for the website right here on GitHub. And as you can see, the repository name is Boiler Builder Website. And as a fun fact, before TAZ Developers, we initially thought that the team name would be Boiler Builder. And that's why the repository for this website is named Boiler Builder Website. So as you can see, this is the website homepage. I've made a single page website, which means if you go to another section such as About, Portfolio, Team, or Connect, there is no more loading. It'll automatically just zoom down or zoom up to whatever section you selected. The only loading involved is to get to the home page. And I think that makes this a very powerful website and provides a much better user experience. If you have a poor internet connection, you don't need to worry about a new section loading. You only need to worry about the homepage loading, and with that, all of the different sections of the website will be loaded along with it. As you can see, if I just simply scroll down, it takes me to the next page. There is absolutely no loading involved to get to this About page. And in this About page right here, it once again reiterates what we previously said about who we are and why you should choose us. And right over here, we will talk more about our project in just a little bit, but you can read a little bit about our project by checking out this design document that we have. And right over here on the team page, you can go ahead and see who our team members are and what our expertise is. And finally, we have this Connect page right here, where you can see all of our social media pages. So there are a few changes I'm planning to make to the website. First of all, right over here where it says Portfolio, one would assume that this would show our past project and our past work, but rather it's showing what we're currently working on. So I'm definitely planning on changing this portfolio text right here to something else, and then creating another portfolio section that does indeed show our past work. But besides that, this is our website. Alright, now it's time to talk about our specialized 2D game engine project. Our client for this project is the Computer Graphics Technology Department at Purdue University, and our advisor for this project is Jeffrey Kesselman, who is an assistant professor of game design and development at the Purdue Polytechnic Institute. Unreal is a popular game engine that does an excellent job in accelerating development and providing an extensible sandbox environment to develop 3D games. Purdue University's game development courses focus on the use of Unreal, and as you can see, Unreal is widely used. But the problem with this is that Unreal and other well-known game engines are 3D applications at their core, and this makes it extremely difficult to develop 2D games with these game engine softwares. So what our project aims to accomplish is that we will be developing a true two-dimensional game engine that accelerates and enhances the development of sprite and tile-based games. Students will be given the head start they need to jump right into gameplay and level design instead of spending weeks sorting through documentation and guides on how to achieve pixel-perfect 2D rendering. And also, the game development program at Purdue University, since our client is, as a matter of fact, the Computer Graphics Technology Department at Purdue, is currently more focused on 3D model rendering, animation, and design, and not so much on the technical aspects of game development. And our specialized 2D game engine will be a strong resource to give students a fundamental knowledge of the technical aspects of game development. The project deliverables will be in a game engine software, the documentation needed to utilize it, and a game that demonstrates its features while also serving as a template for students to experiment and expand.
The game engine would feature true 2D rendering without the need for precisely configured cameras pointing at flat objects. There would be built-in sprite and tile support along with a powerful scripting system. File format operations, networking support, and a flexible UI framework would also be included. The modular architecture would allow developers to add unique game features through plugins or scripting overrides. The documentation would be available as both a local HTML help and guide system and as comprehensively commented headers and code. It would be written with 3D game engine users in mind and highlight the differences between working in a 3D and 2D environment. The included guides would focus on explaining how to implement common game mechanics such as health, doors, and items. Finally, the demo game scripts would be extensively documented so students can easily adapt, add, or remove functionality. The demo game would be a top-down RPG that showcases the majority of the engine's features. The genre is well known for its complexity, featuring large interconnected overworlds, battle systems, inventory, shops, NPCs, and scripted events, among other mechanics, thus serving as an excellent way to demonstrate how such features would be implemented through scripting or plugins. To verify that the game engine helps students build 2D games easier than 3D engines, we would compare it against Unreal Engine's Paper 2D system, since Unreal is the game engine of choice in the majority of CGT courses. The proposed method of testing would be offering students the opportunity to recreate 3 simple arcade games in both Paper 2D and our game engine. We would then compare the time taken to produce the games along with student opinions on difficulty. Since a game engine is comprised of many individual components, the production schedule is organized around completing parts without dependencies first, then moving on to the more interconnected systems. This can be seen in the parallel development of the engine in-game, where the previous week's engine components get integrated into the demo. We have already started developing a library of generic components needed in any type of game engine, such as the DLL and module management, input and controller handling, virtual file systems, diagnostic support, and a UI framework with basic controls. In the demonstration, the first screen you'll briefly see is the initial self-test, which checks all the game's files and scripts for issues before starting the game. In this screen, the palette system and line drawing is demonstrated, with this recreation of a popular screensaver. The color changes are achieved by remapping the system's palette instead of changing the drawing color. The UI system and controller support are shown here, with the UI system drawing a window in which the analog stick axis are rendered via horizontal sliders, and the buttons are shown via highlighted labels.
Both theater developers and the Computer Graphics Technology Department at Purdue University have agreed on the following rules. TAT developers will deliver a complete and fully functional specialized 2D game engine with all the features mentioned in the deliverables section to Project Advisor Jeffrey Kesselman by April 30, 2022. Project advisor Jeffrey Kesselman will be available to speak with TAZ developers via email and in person at his office during the week. The Computer Graphic Technology Department at Purdue University will allow TAZ developers to test their specialized 2D game engine with game development students. TAZ developers will regularly keep project advisor Jeffrey Kesselman updated on their project status and be receptive to receiving feedback. The Purdue University Computer Graphics Technology Department will not commercialize the specific 2D game engine. And finally, upon successful completion of the project, advisor Jeffrey Kesselman will email morris@purdue.edu strongly recommending that TAZ developers team members earn exemplary scores in CGT 41201, which will be taught during the spring 2022 semester at Purdue University. Okay, let me introduce myself. I'm an animation major at Purdue Computer Graphic Technology section, and I also learned a lot about knowledge of art design in this major, and I will be responsible to do the art design plans as sample for this 2D game engine, including 2D character design, environment setting, and weapon design, things like that. Also, to test the function of our game engine, we will provide some specific samples of the game, including typical 2D game elements, to showcase the performance of our game engine.
Alright, so my name is Anirudh, and to introduce myself, I am a web programming and design major, and I'm also minoring in computer science and information technology, and I've taken numerous courses on programming, graphic design, and 3D modeling. And specifically, I've taken a lot of courses on Java, C, and more specifically, web development courses, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery on the front end, and I've also learned about the React JavaScript framework. On the back end, I've learned about PHP, and in one of my internships, I even worked with ASP Classic, and on another one of my internships, I used Happy.js, which is a Node.js backend framework. And also, I've taken some mobile development classes. Specifically, I've taken some Android development classes at Purdue, and outside of class, I've also taken an iOS development course. Alright, and in my free time, I've learned to record and edit videos as a hobby, and I've also learned to manage social media. And as to how I will contribute to this project, I will refresh my knowledge on the C programming language, because it has been quite a while since I've previously used it, and C is what the specialized 2D game engine is written in. And then, once I've refreshed my memory and gotten, I'd say, a decent understanding of C, I will contribute to some of the game engine's features. And also, I will work on creating the specialized 2D game engine documentation. As previously mentioned, this documentation will be available in not only extensively commented code and headers, but also in HTML with some CSS and JavaScript. And as I love application development, I feel like contributing to the documentation would be something I could really succeed in and really enjoy. Outside of this, I will continue to produce updates to the team website and post content to the team's social media pages. And I will edit promotional and updated videos for the team YouTube channel.
I'm Tom, and I'm a game development major at Purdue Polytechnic. With my experience in low-level systems design and programming, I'll be primarily contributing to the game engine's programming, specializing in C and assembly languages, along with virtual machine design, which we will be using in our bytecode scripting language.
Thank you so much. Once again, you can email us at info@tazdevelopers.com, or you can also find us on Facebook at official TAZ Developers, on Twitter at TAZ Developers, on Instagram at TAZ Devs, and our YouTube channel is simply TAZ Developers. And of course, our website, where you can learn more about us, is tazdevelopers.com. Thank you so much.
Thank you.